Good Monday. This is Jay Brew, co-chairman of Seafried and Brew. Well, oftentimes in strategic retreats, a director will bring up, what about those millennials? What are we doing to be able to attract these people to our community bank? And those kind of questions have come up over the years with all the other generations. How do we attract the youth to community banks in here? Well, it's interesting that my father-in-law brought this particular from scratch, which is Viacom Media Network company that does marketing studies. And they spent 3 years going across all of the industries to come up with what they called a Millennial Disruption Index in terms of what industries will the millennial generation disrupt. And this might be disheartening, but incredibly enough, banking compared to all the others had the highest risk among all of the different industries. And to some degree, when we break this down and look at it, that is this a threat or is this an opportunity for community banks across the country? And as we go through this, I would suggest that there's opportunity with this particular generation. And when we think about this, it also presents a marketing strategy to every community bank to attract these people. Because when we look at it, 53% don't think their bank offers anything different than other banks. Well, what about that personal service? When you also look at it from the standpoint of business loans and that personal customer service. So that's a marketing point. 71% would rather go to the dentist than listen to what banks are saying. Well, that depends on what the message is coming from your particular bank. Once again, that 71% would be, as I look at it, an overall opportunity. But 1 in 3 are open to switching banks in the next 90 days. Once again, a marketing opportunity. So when we look at all 4 of the leading banks are among the 10 least loved brands by millennials. Let's look at that. All 4 of the leading banks are among the 10 least loved brands by millennials. Once again, that is a huge opportunity for community banks. When you look at it, they like to buy local. So when you look at your local institution, how do you market that as owned locally and run locally and not falling in where these leading banks are? 33% believe they won't need a bank at all. Well, we know this from the standpoint of people moving to total internet banking, etc. Those are not the people you want to market to. But on the other hand, 73% would be more excited about a new offering in financial services from Google, Amazon, Apple, PayPal, or Square from their own nationwide bank. Once again, that would present an opportunity in terms of how you market your technology to this particular generation. 68% in 5 years, the way we access our money will be totally different. 70% say in 5 years, the way we pay for things will be totally different. Think about what's come out with the new iPhone and the payment systems that they're talking about. And I think that in the community bank sector, that maybe they're not on the leading edge technology. It's the way that our bank thinks of it, but we're in the middle in terms of technology, being able to offer things that will make our customers have a better experience. So when we look at another study that came out, and this was by UBS Investor Watch, is that, and it was done in 2014, what it found, it termed the millennials to be conservative. Once again, that's a marketing point for every community bank that provides traditional conservative community banking. So when we think about that, why are they conservative? Interestingly enough, what this study found is that 52% of the millennial funds are in cash. So they lean more towards having a heavy level of cash, and less than a third of their money is in stocks. So once again, when we look at 52% in terms of cash, that's a perfect person to have in your bank as being a saver and as being a person that brings in those cash type deposits. So when we look at this on an overall basis, once again, we can't look at this from a lost generation standpoint that's going to disrupt our overall community banking industry. The way that we need to look at this is as a great marketing opportunity. Because I did a strategic plan recently, and at that retreat, one of the bankers said, hey, we really should change our marketing plan because we should market to what we need. And in ways that we just talked about, we know the needs of this generation, and we need to deliver the services that will make the difference. This is Jay Brew, co-chairman of Seafried and Brew. Have a great week.